those. All right, we are recording now, and I'll start streaming as well. I want to check your audio level because we haven't listened to it through the new anything, really. So I'll even tweet it out. Why not? Why not? Did I tell you that I have that Tim is working on a new version of the app? It's true. Oh yeah, I suppose we could start streaming the audio. Did I tell you I got that set up?
Oh, good.
So we have now an audio backup, and we also have. So is anyone alive? If anyone's alive in the chat room, then maybe they can tell us if the volume in the chat in the live stream is too loud. As long as I don't care if it's loud. I don't care if it's loud. I just don't want it to be
Too quiet.
overdriven.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm saying? Could you turn my volume down just slightly? Just a slightly bit.
Like right there?
Yeah. I'm worried that
I'm being very quiet
Okay.
today.
they say the volume is good, but that he's not in the chat room. I guess he's listening live, F. Waller?
F. Waller is?
I guess. As long as volume is good. So, oh yeah, my hair's doing great things today. Thanks for letting me know. So I don't know. Do people want behind what?
No, I was
just-
looking at it. I was like, it
you're
doesn't
really
look
loud.
crazy.
Wow.
Am I too loud?
Wow. Yeah, let me look at that level because
too
that's
crazy?
yes.
I barely raised my voice.
We can just back you way down. All right, say something. I'll look at your levels here.
Is that too loud? I'm kind of
No, that's
speaking
fine.
at a regular tone.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll just deal with it.
I think you just have sensitive ears.
So there's I'm an artist. My ears are my instrument.
Maybe my there. You know what? That's what it is. My headphones were turned way
You know what I want you to
down.
do?
Yes.
I want you to turn your headphones up as loud as the switch will go, all the way up.
That's good.
So that
That's
your
very loud.
own, not all the way.
It's
I can't be responsible for
almost
your own
halfway.
hearing
It's very
damage.
loud. Turn it down a little bit.
So I'll just start. Why don't I just start and we'll talk about all this on the show?
Oh, would you like this? So you can choose?
Yes. Yeah. You know who I should have got is Will Carroll.
Oh,
I should have got Will Carroll. Yeah, Greg is telling me that the Fluid Stance guys. Well, you know what? It's his loss.
Right.
I don't have to start on time. This is my show. Actually, I do have to start on time because it's my show. Now, here's a real test. If I can drop a marker with the plus button, then I'm going to be in really good shape. I'm going to hide those tracks, though, because just in case we want to do something crazy, I can hide the tracks. Hide that track. Boom. Okay. And Mark said my levels were all right.
Yeah.
This is our first time recording in the new with the new. We'll get to it, but that looks fine to me. Can you see that?
What
That?
Yeah, I can see that. Great.
Everything looks fine. All right.
Mhm.
Well,
The only thing, before we start recording, the only thing that bothers me, go to the wide shot.
oh, I have a menu item selected. There.
Is the edge of the curtain
Go
over there.
Go fix that.
No,
'cause
you
that looks,
can't.
Fix it.
I can't make the curtain longer. I'm saying
edge
that
of the
it doesn't go.
Oh, that? Put something in front of it. Put a trash can in front of it.
Yeah, trash can will look really
Something
good.
like that.
No, it's just
No, just put something. Seriously, go put something in
like
front of
what?
it.
Like
put
hun?
put a blanket in front of it. Curl up a blanket or something.
Or I'll just sit down there covered up with my body.
I don't know. What could we do about that? I don't
Mhm.
know.
We don't have any red fabric. We got rid of it.
All right, I don't care about that. That didn't even jump out at me, but I see what you mean now. Looks terrible. I'll see. Like what bothers me is the little key in the side of the rack. So I'll get rid of it.
Oh, that bothers me too.
Now we can do a show.
Now we can start.
Now we can do a show. All right. Why not? Why not do one? I'm going to try a marker too. Today is Monday, March 16th, 2015. This is the Dan Benjamin Hour. I'm excited because I just dropped a marker to indicate the start of the show, and it worked. So that means we can do this show now. We can do this show. Hi, Hattie. How was your weekend?
Hi, Dan. It's really good. It was South by weekend.
South by weekend, and boy, I am so tired. I think I slept 5 hours last night because I wasn't even out that late at the South by event. I wasn't even out that late, but I came back and I have to wind down. I don't know about you.
No, I do too.
But I have to wind down.
After being, with like speakers like in your mind or your head.
Right.
Your ears.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so it's Monday. And, did you remember, please, to take the, nope, I see you didn't.
Nope.
If you could please take the show notes live.
I can do that right now.
That would be great. I finally have, if you're watching this at home, you notice there's this awesome monolithic thing right there behind, kind of in between Hattie and I. It's black. It's big. It's a rack. It is I guess you call it a half rack. Is that what I think it's a half rack. That's what Mark would say. And we've got all of our equipment finally racked up in there. And that took so long. It took a million years to get this thing done right. And it was not fun. What is that? What is this thing? Is that an optical illusion? Do you see that on the screen there? What is that thing on the screen? You see that little dot?
No, I'm seeing it. Is that your mouse? No, it's on that one too.
Yeah, what is that?
Hold on, I have to go look at it. It's going to drive me.
What is? Did you put some? What?
Oh, it's the Wirecast icon in the dock.
Okay. Well, as long as it's not going to wind up in the final thing. So this is what we do on this show. So anyway, finally got this system racked up. Now, people, you know what? A couple people tweeted to me, and they said, you know what? I didn't know that you did the show live. I said, well, we do it live. And he said, I didn't know you did it with video. And we do it with video. We do it live with video. So here's the way this works. We're late today, but that's because we were finishing up building the studio out. 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern time, and I guess that would be Pacific time is 2 hours before us still. So that's
yes.
1 p.m. Pacific. So you get back from lunch if you're in San Francisco. You're ready to wind down your day here in Texas. And if you're on the East Coast, you're getting into your car. You can listen live. You can watch live. We've got a version of the 5x5 app coming out just for this show, but you'll also be able to hear it on the regular 5x5 app if you have that. And if you want to watch us live, you can go to danbenjamin.com/live. That means, Hattie, I finally launched the
You launched the site?
Launched a new site. And it's a work in progress. I started out writing it, a new thing for it in Rails, and it got complicated. So then I said, you know what? For now, we'll just to get this thing launched, we'll do it in, I'll do it in WordPress. So what? I don't care. It's a tool. It's a tool for the job. So I use that. And there's a lot of podcast plugins and things like that for WordPress, so it's fine. It won't be that for long, but the URLs won't change. Everything will stay the same. Everything will be happy and good. In any case, that's what I was busy doing, trying to get it done in time so that I could go and enjoy some of the South by Southwest festivities, which is, that's what you want to do. But in the meantime, worked hard to try and get this studio into shape. And we worked really hard. Hattie, you helped out quite a bit.
I did, yeah.
On this, so thank you for all of your help, above and beyond the call of duty, to help out.
Always.
There's a lot of stuff that has to be done here. You think about racking up some equipment. I think the battery just died in this mouse. What is with everything? You get yeah, connection lost, it says. Let's see what's in here. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't even know what these batteries are. They're strange Energizer that say advanced. I thought we only got the blue ones. The blue ones are the magic ones. In any case, we had a really, really fun time racking this up, really into the late hours. And I will be doing a podcast method video on this. And I have been waiting a long. Thank you, Hattie. I'm waiting a long time to do this video because people ask you what kind of audio equipment do you use, and we've been trying some new stuff here, some stuff that is not conventional to get this studio up and running the way that we want it to. We've essentially have two studios in here now. One is designed for this show. It's a video ready, TV ready, as Shloke would say, and then the other one is dedicated just to the audio stuff. And so that's basically what we've been up to here. And it's pretty cool. And people are asking if they can get a tour of the studio. And we're going to start doing the tours. So if you're in Austin and you want to see if you can come by for a tour, you sit in. We've got a little. We don't have a camera on it yet.
I could meerkat it right now.
You could, but we've got a little place for audience people to sit. We could even put a mic on them and interview them during the show. I think if you want to come in and be a part of the show, we'll do it. But anyway, we're broadcasting live, so you can tune in live, listen live, watch a video live. If you don't want to care about live, we've got a video stream. We've got a video feed, so you can come and watch the video. And if you do watch the video, nothing makes me happier than knowing that you're consuming the video that we work so hard and are learning so much to do. So if you are at home watching the show on video, take a picture of it with your phone and tweet that. Tweet it so that we can see how you are watching us. It's very meta. So you're drinking coffee at the coffee table? Okay, sit there and you got us on the big screen on the Apple TV. I want to see that. We're working on our Roku channel too, because I think people like Roku a lot. I like Roku a lot. Anyway, we had a great time at South by Southwest. We got to see Sam Grover, right?
Yes.
Old friend Sam Grover.
The Traveler.
Just like in that Star Trek episode, The Traveler, where you have to send him a good feeling. You send the Traveler a good feeling, and he stops fading in and out. He's like going invisible, and then he kind of comes back. And the more people that believe in him, the more powerful he is. He can save the Enterprise. So that's Sam Grover. Title should be The Traveler, I think. And Sam Grover was there. Nice to see him. He's been traveling the world. I said, why don't you come into the studio? Like, this terrifies people whenever
people
I say
are scared about coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Like, come on in the studio. I don't know. I don't want to do that. What? Like, what's the big deal? Sit here and be interviewed for 15 minutes and I'll ask you any. So another thing, I was going to get Ben. Is that his name, Ben? The Meerkat guy, Ben?
Yes. Okay,
so I was going to get Ben on the show. The Meerkat's blown up. And I've got some things to say about Meerkat. Let me tell you what's going on with Meerkat. Meerkat came out, and it was this great service that was going to be used primarily by people who wanted to stream their life all of a sudden live. They wanted to stream their life live. They want to be able to. They're walking out, but here's what made it different. It was based heavily on Twitter and specifically Twitter's social graph. So for those who aren't up with what Twitter is and what the Twitter social graph part of Twitter is, rather, the social graph is the thing that automatically handles your connections in Twitter. So for example, you follow me on Twitter and I follow you. I follow Greg Story, for example. I follow Merlin Mann, whoever. That's part of my social graph, all my followers and people who follow me. So that if I start using Meerkat, it could connect me to all the people in that social graph, people who follow me, people I follow. Makes it very easy to build a social network leveraging Twitter inside of Meerkat. So that, and Instagram did the same thing. Well, Twitter cut off Instagram. Twitter cut off Meerkat pretty quickly. Right as they were starting to gain steam, right as they were coming up on the South by Southwest, because you want very much to be the app. That's the thing, is that everybody has the goal to be the app. They want to be the big app that's happening. And of course, Meerkat was going to be that. Well, it turns out that that actually. there's this other company called Periscope.
I've heard of that.
And Periscope had been purchased by Twitter. So Twitter was very, I guess very nervous about what Meerkat was doing, and rightfully so, I would say, because this is their new business. They want to move into video. They want to move into live streaming of your life. Well, Meerkat was doing that. And they were doing it using Twitter's social graph. So Twitter cut them off and said, no more. You don't get to do that anymore. We're taking the social graph away. Now, what does that take away? Well, it takes away some of the push notifications. It takes away all the ability of you have to follow other people, all the notifications, all the good stuff, all the stuff that made it magic. So I guess a week or so ago, we had Ryan, who was he? Ryan
Cooley.
Cooley. He came on the show from Meerkat. He's sort of their PR guy, I guess. Is that right?
I believe that's what he does, yes.
And but he was a nice guy, nice to talk to. I also wanted to get Ben, the CEO, the founder of the company. And turns out he's here at South by. I said, great, come out to the studio. He couldn't make it out. I think people are they're too afraid to come on because they know. I'll tell you why. Because first of all, this is the biggest show. So that's intimidating for people. It's not like they're coming on a little rinky-dink, podcast someone's doing in their basement in their underpants. Even if we do the show in our underpants, that's not, it's the biggest show. It's one of the biggest shows that's ever been done. So I think that's intimidating to people. I think they're too nervous to come on the show because they know the audience is essentially the whole internet. So that's number one. Number two, they know that I'm not going to pull any punches. There's no kid gloves. It's serious, and I'm going to ask him the hard, serious questions. For example, one of the questions I would have asked Ben is, why didn't you think Twitter was going to pull the plug on you, or did you? Was this all part of an experiment, all part of a stunt, all part of because now everybody's talking about Meerkat now, and the fact that they got the plug pulled on them. I think they're going to get acquired. You know who I think will acquire them? I think Facebook will acquire them.
That's interesting.
Now, can I say what you told me before the show started about Ben?
I don't know.
Did he say not to say anything?
No.
Let me put it this way. I don't know if I can scoop this or not, but something big may be happening for them right now. I'll make a prediction. I think if Facebook is smart, Facebook is looking at Twitter and Periscope, and they're saying, all right, well, you know what? Meerkat's going to be our parent. And you know what? They've got so much attention. Now we're going to step in and buy them. If Twitter was smart, Twitter would have stepped in and said, you know what? We bought Periscope. We're buying Meerkat too. We're going to get it all. We'll get everything.
Right. Just take everything off the market.
Duh. It seems obvious to me. Duh. So I don't know. That's what I would do. One of those two companies should be talking to him. And listen to me, Ben. Ben, if Google, what is his last name?
Rubin.
Ben Rubin. Ben, if you're listening to this, as you should be, I'm assuming he is. Everyone hears this show.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, if you're listening to this, do not sell this to Google. Do not sell this to Google. I'll be fine if you say Twitter or Facebook. You know what's weird to me, Hattie? Is it right now? Facebook is seeming more cool than Twitter as far as the way that they're handling it. They haven't screwed up Instagram.
I don't know how to handle what you just said.
I don't use Facebook. Facebook is just my ex-girlfriends from high school. That's all that's on Facebook.
That's all that you communicate with?
Yeah. And then my brother-in-law posted a photo of him and a friend of his from high school. That's what Facebook is to me.
Exciting.
It's pretty cool.
But no, they did not.
I changed my avatar on it. I did that. Yeah.
Who took that photo?
You did. You took it right off of we were on what street was that?
That was
doesn't matter.
4th.
Paul Searle was there. Paul Searle is the guy who made our video from our WWDC party. He's an amazing videographer. You should hire him. And I was walking by it and I said, look at this brick. Look at this brick wall. This is a beautiful brick wall. And you
red brick.
Took my red rum. And you took my phone from me.
Uh-huh.
And you started to take pictures of me with your photography skills.
Right.
And you took a picture of me and you were doing a goofy dance or something that made me laugh, and you took a picture right when I was laughing.
Uh-huh. And then we were accosted by the Squarespace team in a car.
Right, and then they made us take them to lunch.
Yep.
That's how that works. So hold on, I'm trying to. You see what? Okay, so here's some behind the scenes stuff.
You have a lot of.
I'm using
mice.
I'm using teleport to control. Look, there's me. There's my avatar. Look how happy I am. I was actually really tired. I was really tired, and it was bright, and the sun was in my eyes, and I was squinting. Look how happy I look. Cute, like a little schoolboy. I was so happy.
Well, it was a really nice day outside. Everyone was kind of happy.
Yeah. Anyway, they made us take them to lunch at Zocalo.
It was good.
Which is okay.
We had sangria. It was awesome.
Yeah, you did. I didn't, because it's during work hours, and I would never. But that's it. So that's how South by. Let me do a quick spot here. I'm going to drop another marker. Why isn't this following? This is supposed to follow the stream there. It's not following it. Did you change that?
Nope.
Setting?
Sometimes you have to click it again.
Well, that shouldn't be like that.
I know.
Logic. I'm moving. You know what? I'm going to move away from Logic, just like I'm moving away from Final Cut Pro. Let me tell you about Audible. The internet's leading provider of spoken word entertainment. I'll tell you what these guys do. They go to the author. So you pick one of your favorite books. I don't care who it is. You go back, pick your favorite book. Let's say it's a Hobbit. They've actually brought Tolkien back from retirement or death to read the book himself. That's the kind of thing that they do. I'm not saying that it's him on there. You're going to have to go and this is something you're going to have to run with. But what they do is so usually it's either the author themselves or an amazing voice talent doing the reading of the book. But they will read, the author or somebody who's amazing will read this book. And it's everything you love about a podcast. It's a book that's read with so much great, they read it with just enough emotion. That's the thing. They're not getting all crazy. They're not acting out the book, but they'll do, like if someone's evil, they'll do like kind of an evil voice, just a little bit of an evil voice. If somebody's like, having fun. And so I listen to so many books from Audible now that when I read to my kid at night, I'll start to like, instead of just saying, and then the character said this, I'll actually get really into it. And
you'll get into character.
And instead of like, if it says ha ha ha, I won't read ha ha ha. I'll like do the maniacal laugh or whatever the character is supposed to be doing.
Good.
But it's starting to upset him now.
Why?
He didn't have bad dreams, but I think it kept him up late because I was really doing the most evil voice that I could do. It was too real. But anyway, Audible books, I think they could say too real. That could be, they're going to have to run with that.
Hashtag
too real. They have more than 150,000 titles to choose from. Fiction, nonfiction, bestsellers, every category imaginable, tons of exclusive content you're not going to find anywhere else. And what's cool about this is when you buy a book, it's yours. This is not a service like, like Pandora or Spotify or something where you get to listen to it, and if you cancel your subscription, it's gone. If you cancel your subscription to Audible, you still have everything that you've bought, rather. Because it's not a subscription. You buy it. It's yours. You have it. They have a 30-day free trial that you can use. And the book that you buy, if you use the special URL, is yours forever. audiblepodcast.com/Dan sent me. audiblepodcast.com/Dan sent me.
There you go.
Go there. 150,000 titles, 30-day free trial. Support the show. And you download this, iOS, Android, Kindle Fire, Windows Phone. We used a Windows Phone. Thanks very much to Audible for making this show possible. We used a Windows Phone. And I know, Hattie, you're on the fence.
No.
If this is a phone experience that you want.
No, I don't know. I'm not drawn in by that.
They did have an Xbox connected to a large screen with
that was
Minecraft.
Cool. But I've been looking at everybody's 6s.
Oh, I know.
And I'm starting, and then I see the 6 Plus. I'm like, look how easy it is to see. A hawk just flew by.
A hawk?
A hawk.
Really?
Like a really big hawk. Anyway, I saw everybody's like 6 and 6 Pluses, and I was like, I really think...
At South by Southwest.
Yeah. it's so easy to read everything.
No,
and
I
people
know.
were
I'm feeling
flying
the same
around on
thing.
there.
I hate it. I
It's
hate
not
it. I
fair.
wanted to wait for the 6S, but
I
now I'm like,
know, I
screw
don't
that.
know
I'm
if
just
we
gonna
can
go buy.
wait.
Are we on contract?
I was gonna ask you that
Can you call and see on while
right
we're
now.
doing the show right now? Call
Just
and see
step
if we're
out or
no
stay in here.
stay in the room and do it. Because if we're not on contract, I might have to upgrade to that. I had a great show with Andy Ihnatko this morning, the Ihnatko Almanac. Hattie, could you put that in the show notes for this show?
I sure can.
I'm going to be starting to. We will always be posting the show on 5x5 until Google acquires it, and then I can't say what'll happen. But for now, we'll always be posting it on 5x5/DBH. But you can also go to danbenjamin.com, which I've completely, as I was mentioning, completely redone it. And now danbenjamin.com is mostly about this show. I think it's safe to say mostly about this show, but not all about the show. So there's more things there that you're not going to be able to see on 5x5.tv. There I might even, I don't know. I might even do a, like for the people who support the show on Patreon, I might even do a special content area. I don't know yet. I have no idea how any of that works, but go there for now, because what you're going to see there is you're going to see all of that. And if you subscribe over there, can you tell I'm typing because I can't type and talk at the same time? If you go over there and log in, actually, you don't have to log in. You'll see all the cool content and everything that we've been working on there. Look, I'm showing the people who are watching on video a little preview of it.
There's our latest episode.
There's the latest episode, and you go. I mean, this isn't much use for people who are listening at home, but we put the video up on there. You can subscribe to all the different feeds are there, and we're gonna have a lot of different feeds, so that like if we do an interview, like if I had gotten Ben, if he hadn't been too scared to come on the show, shame on him. Then I would have released that as just a little video, just a little thing, and that would be in the stream. People who don't want to listen all week long, we're gonna do a best of the whole week. Greg is on that. Did I tell you Greg is on that?
I did not.
Yeah, so Greg is going to be listening to every show, every single show, and he's going to be noting the best segments of that show.
I like that.
And he'll break them out, and then I will reassemble them into a thing and release that for the people who are not true fans, for the what we call fair weather fans. They'll be able to just get it listed as one 1 hour a week instead of the 5. But that's, I mean, I don't like those people as much, but that's fine. I'm not going to, they can do whatever they want. It's their life. I don't know their life. We haven't had a ton of news that I wanted to cover, but I feel like were a couple of things. Hattie, did anything jump out to you that you felt like you couldn't not mention? I know you were very excited about finally finishing your favorite TV show, House of Cards.
Oh, man. I feel like I need to rewatch it again.
All over again?
All over again. The last episode, I feel like I missed a lot. Just, it moved so quickly, and there were a lot of very subtle things that happened. And it ended so abruptly, in a way. I'm trying not to give anything away, but Well,
the ending, if you think about it, the ending is always an abrupt thing. Any kind of ending.
Yeah. It was, but... It's shocking. It's a shocking ending in a way. Shocking in the sense of if you know the characters.
Yeah.
But if you're following the storyline, you're like, oh, I kind of saw that coming.
What? I'm having trouble understanding exactly what you mean, because to me it didn't really seem to be shocking.
Shocking in the sense of you don't really want it to happen.
Okay.
But.
The ending of the show, you mean?
The ending of the show and the way that it ended and the thing that happened at the very end. Trying to be vague.
Yeah, I can tell.
But it was really good.
Good ending. And you're overall you're happy with
it was interesting.
That. Is there any other shows?
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was fine. Are there any other shows that you're interested in? Any other shows that you're like focused on that you want to start watching?
Waiting for Mad Men to come back.
Yeah, when does that come back?
I'm not sure. Chat room, get to it. Mad Men. I'm waiting for Game of Thrones again.
That's coming up pretty soon.
I want to get the HBO Now for that. Like, I feel like that would be a good thing. But other than that, I want to start Penny Dreadful.
Yeah, I don't know much about that, but that's high on my list for.
And I've only seen one episode of American Horror Story, and it
Okay,
was too scary to watch alone
right. And
in
you
my
know what?
dark house.
Like, here's the thing. First of all, nothing scares me except germs. So, like, I was really not expecting to be scared of this thing at all.
And it like leaves thoughts in your mind.
But
like
that was that was what it did. Is like it wasn't scary like some
right, like it wasn't suspenseful. Well, it kind of was
like
suspenseful.
it leaves you thinking about thoughts that you don't want to think about.
Ugh, yeah.
Eerie. Speaking of eerie, like this is something this was weird. Tim Cook offered Steve Jobs his liver. What is that?
I don't know. I was like, that's an interesting.
She's trying to signal me. Look at that. It's just a really describe what we're looking at.
We are looking at an extremely zoomed in version of your browser where we can see your tabs.
Yeah, I will.
Your tabs are showing, Dan.
Just the tabs. See that?
Useful Mac. Apple
See,
Watch.
this is the thing. You know what? You know what? Screw it. I'm going to tell people what I'm dealing with here because it's just not working.
What is it called?
I've been spending so much time
breaking
on this
the
today.
third wall.
Fourth wall.
Fourth wall.
All right. So I have these new. I'll zoom out. We have these great screen. You can see if you're looking at this. This is one screen. This is another screen off camera, and then this is another one that's kind of on camera in the shot. And the reason I have three screens is I have on this screen over here. People don't care. I don't care that they care.
I would care.
On this screen here, I've got the KVM switch. And the KVM controls, it controls the recording machine, which is audio recording. It controls the streaming machine, which is how we do the audio streaming. Skype 1 for first guest, and Skype 2, which is going to be for the calls. Or I guess if we add a second Skype guest. That's on one KVM switch on one screen. Screen next to it, I'm running Wirecast. Wirecast has all of our, the three good cameras that we have in here, which is my shot, Hattie's shot, room shot. We're going to be, instead of moving around that third shot every time we have a studio guest or we want to do something else, we'll do something better with that. And then we've got a new little GoPro camera that has an HDMI out, thanks to Sean West, a.k.a. Sean McCabe, for the recommendation. We'll be mounting that way up there on the wall, and that'll give us a really cool room shot that we can use. All of this goes into the Mac Pro. The Mac Pro is dedicated to this machine. It's running Wirecast. It's doing the video stream and the recording of the lovely video. And then on this screen right over here, we have what I just call the web presenting machine. It's running a web browser, and it is connected. And I wanted to get really fancy, and I was using Teleport. Teleport is software for Mac that allows you to control multiple screens with one keyboard and one mouse, but not like a KVM. It's when each screen has its own monitor and it's on. Let's say you've got 1, 2, 3 machines next to each other. You use one keyboard and mouse, and you just move the mouse to the right, and it switches to that screen. So then you can be typing on that screen. You move it to the right again. You're typing on that screen. You move it back, like middle magic. Screen again. Except the Teleport keeps crashing.
And then you're stuck on whichever one you're on?
No, it jumps back to the other screen again. But I can't get over to the presenter machine without remoting to it. So I have to keep remoting to that machine in order to do it. And I said, okay, fine. It's not working. Maybe it's because I'm maximizing the browser and doing the full screen thing with the browser instead of you see, people don't care about this.
People care.
They don't care about it, but that's what's going on. Now I understand exactly what it was doing. Blah blah blah. So anyway, that's all I've got for you. Is anyone still listening, do you think?
I think
Teleport keeps crashing, and that's why I couldn't do it.
I can't see the chat room.
I don't care about the chat room. See, if we don't do this show, and this is what I've been telling you, Hattie, if we don't do this show at a consistent time every day, no one will be in there. So you're like, let me look at the chat room. I'm like, there's Greg sitting in there, and that's it.
Howard Chicken's in there?
You know what I'm saying, though. If we don't do the show on a consistent basis at a regular time like we've been trying to do, South by screwed that up, then then no one's going to be in there.
Me trying to draw Johnny Carson.
Yeah, it took you forever, and the Johnny Carson you drew was horrific. I'll give you till tomorrow's show to do it, and then you're fired. Tim Cook offered Steve Jobs his liver. There's a new biography. It's called Becoming Steve Jobs, The Evolution of a Reckless Upstart into a Visionary Leader. It's by Brett Schleinder and Rick Tetzel. And this is supposed to be the definitive writing of his life. And they've got people like Tim Cook. They've got Ive. They've got Eddie Q, John Lasseter. I mean, all the people who really did know Steve Jobs. You can pre-order your copy, and it looks amazing. And a lot of it, what I like is that a lot of it slams Isaacson's Steve Jobs book. But here's the one thing that I just want to read. Tim Cook. It says, just how much Cook cared about his boss is the fact that Cook offered Jobs a portion of his own liver when the ailing Apple exec was in need of a donor. After discovering that he shared a rare blood type with a sick colleague and undergoing a battery of tests at a hospital, quote, far from the Bay Area since he didn't want to be recognized, unquote, Cook offered his liver to Jobs, only for Steve to turn it down. He says, somebody that's selfish doesn't reply like that, Cook said. Steve Jobs and Disney boss Bob Iger had talked about buying Yahoo together at one point. Interesting stuff. I can't wait to read this book.
Or to get it on Audible.
Hey.
Hey.
Do that gesture again. Yeah, that's what Hattie did. Watch your show if you want to see it. It's behind the scenes. Let me tell you about a little company called Harry's. Harry's is all about shaving. You know, I try to shave my beard as little as possible because I have very sensitive skin. If I were to grow in my beard, I would look very Hasidic. Are you familiar with the term Hasidic?
I am, yes.
I would look Hasidic within about a day, 2 days in. And that's not my look, the Hasidic thing. I like to be, like a couple days. I can go a couple days of unshaven.
Scruff?
Like I don't shave every day. Yeah, scruff.
5 o'clock shadow.
Title.
Scruff.
Title. 5 o'clock shadow.
Okay.
So I don't shave every day. That's fine. I let it grow in a little bit, the Merlin style, and that's fine. But it takes a certain kind of a razor to tackle the intense beard that I have. People out there think they're masculine. My facial hair will destroy their facial hair just by being in the same room with it. Did you know that? I'm not making this up. So it takes a serious razor to tackle this. And let me tell you, Harry's does that, but they do it. Damn it. She's yawning. I'm trying to get her on camera yawning.
Never.
But here's the thing, is you don't want a blade that's going to be like, you want it to be very sharp, but you want it to still be okay to use on a sensitive baby face like mine.
Mm-hmm.
And I have this weird combination of very thick, fearsome beard hair, but also super sensitive baby skin, like a child. So with that strange combo, I'm very particular about like the blades and the razors that I use. Harry's, they've nailed this. It's a superior shave. They bought a blade factory in Germany, called it their own. And I don't hold that against them. That's fine. Germany's fine. I'm fine with Germany now. I'm on the record. And the other thing is they cut out the middleman, so you don't have to be led like a kid through the store to be allowed to buy the razor blades. Like if you went to like a thing where they have a little locked cabinet
and you have to wait, and then maybe no one ever shows up.
Yeah.
I've done that where I just am like, maybe I'll just camp out for a little while and just maybe someone will walk by. Nope. No one works here today.
Try and fetch someone. Well, with these guys, they cut out the middleman, and you get a starter kit for just $15. This is going to include their razor, which is a beautiful heavy razor. You know what? I'm going to bring mine. I'm going to bring mine from home to show people later this week. But the razor is great. I got an engraved one. Why not? And 3 blades, and then you get the shave cream or the foaming shave gel. I like the foaming gel. I'm old-fashioned. So what? And as an added bonus, you get $5 off with your purchase if you use the code Dan Sent Me. Hattie, I want you to get on something here. I want all the codes for this show to be Dan Sent Me again.
That's what I'm working on.
But why is the other one for, what is this one on? Well, Linda's is okay. But what is this Dan 20 off for the other one?
That was set up before.
Okay, I don't want. It's got to be Dan. It's got to be Dan Sent Me, or else I'm not doing it. Dan Sent Me. So go to Harry's HARRYS Harry's.com, and you use the code Dan Sent Me. You'll save $5 off the starter set. Like you're getting it for free. And ladies, I know we got a lot of women listening to this show. Buy this for yourself. Don't give it to your boyfriend or your husband if you have one. Just keep it.
Well, I'm pretty sure every girl that I know has a man's razor. I don't think that any girls go out and buy like the Venus. Like
they don't buy Venus.
No, you go and buy like the
Venus
Gillette
or
the Schlick or whatever it's called.
Schlick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you buy that because it's the quality of the razors are so much better in men's razors. So.
Well, if you want the best quality, it's Harry's. So Harry's HARRYS.com. Save $5 off your purchase there with the code Dan Sent Me.
Yeah, Harry's wins all the razor competitions.
In just a second ago, Hattie, you used the term girls. You said all the girls that I know.
Oh, right.
But
That's
before
wrong.
that, I said ladies, and then I also said women. And I don't, I cherish, above all else, I cherish my my female listeners.
Right, female.
The male listeners I don't care about them. It's only the female listeners that I care about on this show. And I know they're out there because I get emails from them. Usually they don't attach their photos. It's whatever they want to do is fine. But I know they're out there. And I don't want to offend.
Yeah, well, I don't want to offend. And I am a female, girl, lady, woman.
Listener.
Human.
But I'm saying you're a listener, too. You're
yeah.
listening to the show right now. You have no choice. You'll get fired if you don't.
I'm getting paid to listen.
Right. Truly. Maybe I should pay everyone to listen to this show. So I don't want to offend anyone. So what I want is can we do this on Twitter? Message me. You must be of the female persuasion. You must hit me up on Twitter.
You must
Dan
email
Benjamin.
me.
No, at Dan Benjamin on Twitter, and tell me if you prefer the term, or if you prefer the term woman, lady, girl, female, woman, WOMYN. I'm very serious. I want to know. I don't want to get it wrong. I feel bad about that.
Right.
I don't want to get it wrong.
Is female listener? Is that what you would like to be called?
Right. So let me tell you a little story about my grandfather. I was sitting there. We were visiting from Philadelphia. He was living in Boca, which is where all of the people of my kind go to retire. And we were in his condo in Boca, and we were watching tennis. Women's tennis was on. He was into Wimbledon. He was into golf, all of that stuff. It was always something like that on TV. And we were watching tennis, and he was teaching me, about tennis. Like, this is how they score it, and this is how it's played. I was, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years old. I don't know. And he was talking about the woman who was playing tennis. He's like, "Oh, this girl's gonna win." You can, and I'm like, "What girl?" I'm 7. What girl? And he's like, "This girl, right? This girl, the girl on the left." I'm like, "What girl? What are you talking about? Girl? These are grown women." And he's like, "They're girls to me." Because he was, I don't know how old he was back then. He was 60, whatever. And I'm like, "How can they be?" He said, "Because I'm 60 years old. They're in their 20s. They're girls." I said, "Well, is mommy a girl?" He's like, "Yes, mommy's a girl too." I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, mommy's a girl." I said, "What about grandma?" He said, "She's a girl to me too." I said, "But grandma's so old." He's like, "She's not that old, but she's a girl too." And so, but now I understand what he's saying, but I think today, that was in the early 80s.
Right.
I don't want to offend anybody. So
right.
is it...
People are more politically correct now.
Right. And some people that is a very sensitive subject. Like it has to be a certain term. And in fact, don't call me a girl. I stopped being a girl, they would say, when I was, how old were you when you stopped being a girl? Or do you still consider yourself a girl? Are you still a girl?
I'm not one of those people that is offended by different terms.
Right. Woman, lady.
Right.
Is there a difference to you between the term woman and lady? I call my mom a lady all the time. She has no problem with that. She likes that.
Yeah, I'll say that. I'll say she's a nice lady. I'll say things like that.
Is there a difference? Are all female people ladies?
I'll show you a picture.
I'll show you a picture of my daughter sometimes doing something cute, and you're like, oh, she's like a little lady.
Yeah.
And I see that too. I don't think is that like offensive? Does a lady have a?
I don't think any term that refers to a woman in that way, like lady, gal, lassie, like all those.
Lassie.
That's the Irish.
Oh.
I always
forget that you're Scottish. I always forget that you have that lineage.
But no, I like all those. They're fine with me. I'm not particular.
You don't care.
No. But I also answer to names that are not even my own name.
Well, I would like to hear about that, what your preferences are. Another show that we got a glimpse of that I want to put, definitely want, Hattie, if you could please put this in the show notes. Star Trek, the animated series. I watched this back. I mean, it was created when I was a wee baby, so I didn't watch it then, but I remember watching it in my like single digit years. Star Trek, the animated series. And we were down by South Congress with some people over the weekend because South by was downtown gets too crazy, so you have to take a break from it. You go to South Congress. And we were going to try and eat some food down that way. Didn't pan out. But we went into a store I'd never been into before. This called, what was it? Vulcan Video?
Vulcan Video.
Vulcan Video. And in Vulcan Video, they were showing up on the TV. They were showing Star Trek the animated series, and it was the best. We just stood there and watched it as a group of people.
And the people that were working there, the guys were just like, we were all locked in on it.
It was amazing.
So entertaining.
It was amazing. It was some of the best television I've seen in years. So I highly recommend, if you enjoy sort of strange, campy video, and they would do the trick with it was so low budget. Like they had Shatner and Nimoy doing the voices. So like they were the real cast voicing it. But they would crop the shot out so that all you would see is just like the nose and the eyes. So you'd have Shatner talking, but instead of they wouldn't even show his mouth moving. They just crop right in front of his mouth and so it's just like this motionless face. And then they would kind of back down a little, and they'd show his mouth moving for a sec, and then come back up like they were.
And the way it was moving, it just kind of looked like they were just opening and then closing their mouth again. It wasn't actual forming the words. It was just like...
And you were talking about the eyes, the way they draw the eyes?
The eyes, so everything's kind of a line drawing in a way. And underneath, they've done the line drawing of the face, and then they were like, what color should we make the face? Just make it kind of a beige color. Oh, John, you forgot to make the eyes white. That's okay. I just made it one solid color. So the skin tone goes all the way up through the eyes. It's really
there's
really unnerving.
There's no whites
oh gosh.
to the eyes. I've got a picture of Scotty, I think, up on the screen here. It's terrible. The plot is terrible. The voices, other than the original cast voices, are terrible.
Can you find the lady with the eyebrows?
Oh, they've done a series of wallpaper at fanpop.com. Look at the size of this tribble. I think that's a tribble.
Looks like a
Look,
beanbag.
who is this with the cat? What is that?
She gets color to her eyes.
That is strange. Yeah, I don't know why she got color, the Catwoman. It's just a crazy, crazy show. But I found it
That's pretty much the entire episode. It's just that shot.
Yeah. I found it on Amazon. And I'm going to put this into the show notes for sure, because this is just some it's $20 for the entire series, and there was 22 episodes. I don't know why. It was just I just really enjoyed it, and I felt like there was something about like the actors knew. They just sort of knew that like no one was going to take this thing seriously. No one was really going to watch this. But there is a 4-disc DVD set for $20. It has 259 reviews and 5 stars. So I say go get this thing. I put it in the show notes. The Animated Adventures of Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek. Apparently, this is after the series had stopped, but they call it Star Trek's 4th season. It was 4 years after the 3rd and final season of the original series, and most of the cast was on there. Kelly, Doohan, Nichols, they're all there. And apparently it even led to a lot of the books that are there. And it was very, I mean, it's entertaining. It's really entertaining. So I think what we should do, Hattie, is I think we should do a show. And it should be a show about watching TV. And we should
like that.
We should pick,
I'm good at that.
I'm not talking about copying like what the Flaphouse is doing with movies.
Right.
Where they pick like really horrible movies and do it.
Like a Mystery Science Theater kind of thing.
But I think it would be fun to get some shows and do them and just watch them and just really celebrate the shows in a way. I know there are other podcasts like this, but I think it'd be fun. And we could have a guest person in.
I like that.
To watch a certain series with us. And we might not watch all of them, but we'll pick some good ones. And then we'll tell people what they are and they can come back. And do you think we should do it on a show-by-show basis? Like, I mean, an episode by episode, like we're going to watch episode 1, we're going to watch episode 2, or should we just pick a couple of them and watch it and just sort of talk about it? Or should we watch the whole season and then come back and talk about the entire season in one episode? I feel like we should
have limits.
Like what? Maybe, what are you thinking about?
No, you're right. Maybe we should do like a whole season, but...
Separate show, or do we do it as a segment on this show? What if people don't want to be a part of it? We can't, it's a lot. Because I got our segment list right here.
It's a secret.
And would you guys like to see it? No. Not going to show it to anyone. Let me tell you about Lynda. 4 sponsors on this show, Hattie.
Yep.
Lynda,
I'm doing my job.
See?
That's why I'm yawning.
Lynda.com. Lynda. Lynda.com/DBH. Ooh, you got a good URL for this one. DBH. Lynda.com/DBH. Hattie does all our sales. Lynda.com/DBH. Over 3,000 on-demand video courses to help you strengthen your business, technology, creative skills. You get a 10-day free trial with Lynda. Listen, you want to learn something really cool, you want to figure out something, how to do something, you can go to lynda.com/DBH and you can find out how to do. See, this is, people think of this like it's like some big course that you have to go and take. Oh, I'm going to watch a 2-hour course on this thing. No, you want to learn how to do one specific little thing, and you just can't figure it. Oh, you're in Photoshop and you don't really understand like what are channels in Photoshop? Why do I need to know? How come all the color just went out of the thing that I was working on?
I did that 2 years the other day.
So like I don't know. How come the color is gone? How do I get RGB back? I can't find it in the palettes. You can do a search on Lynda and find that specific thing in that one video that's like, this is how you deal with click, it's back. And you know what? You didn't have to spend an hour searching around and watching crap YouTube videos of people who don't know what they're doing. These are like the pros. You want to learn GTD? They got David Allen in there. You want to learn design? They got Draplin in there. Draplin?
Don't ask me. I have no idea.
I mean, all of these courses are great. I was just watching one on Adobe Premiere, and it occurred to me that because I didn't want to buy and install Adobe Premiere, I don't want to buy and install Avid. I don't, I'm trying to look for something besides Final Cut Pro, but I don't want to download and install and configure and deal with all that. I can go in and watch a 5-minute, like, getting to know Adobe Premiere video. And now I know it's over my head, if I even wanted to spend any time with it. It's great. The stuff they do is great. 3,000 courses. You can download them to your iOS or Android device. You watch them on your computer. Unlimited access to everything. Free 10-day trial. Imagine what you could learn in 10 days. They're going to have to run with that. I think that should be their trade. They should trademark that and use that for their thing.
I agree.
Imagine what you could learn in 10 days with lynda.com/DBH. lynda.com/DBH. Just visiting that will support the show. Not visiting it hurts the show. So thank you very much to Lynda for their support of this show and Animated Voyages. But I was trying to find it. You could stream it. It looked like you could stream it on Amazon Prime Video, but I couldn't find it. So I'm going to have to buy this DVD. That's going to be nice. Going to get that in and watch all that stuff. A couple of other little things I wanted to mention. These will be in the show notes. There is a really cool... Don't we know people over at Mutual Mobile?
We do. We know a few of those people.
Who do we know over there at that?
Sir Ryan and Miss Chloe.
Are they coming into the studio?
We want them in here.
Chloe is going to do my. I'm doing a big. What I think people who get lots of tattoos, they don't call them tattoos. They call them a piece.
A piece.
Isn't that what they call it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to get a piece done.
Uh-huh.
And at first I thought I was going to do this big art piece over starting my back and shoulder and down my arm, and like just not a sleeve, but just a big would be something of or relating to the state governor, which is something
I like goober.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
Yeah. So I think we're back now with video. You know what it is? It's Soundflower and Audio Hijack Pro and Soundflower every time. People think, podcasting's easy. It's easy compared to video. Try video.
We're back.
I know we're back.
Well, you said to ask.
Gubernatorial.
Goober.
So all I had to do was to completely shut down the stream and reboot it. But so listen, I need your help, listeners. I need a recommendation. Let me tell you what I need. Okay. We use a software called Wirecast to stream the show. We record the video with it. We do the switching of the different cameras with it, and then it also streams. There's a bug in Wirecast. I've reported the bug. They acknowledged the bug. I'm hoping that the bug will be resolved in a future version of this software. Well, there is a known problem anytime that you're trying to sync audio and video. Usually the audio is a little bit faster than the video, and the video is a little bit behind. One way around this, and if you're in like a really high-end professional studio, they bring the audio in, they bring the video, and they just tweak a couple little dials, and then everything is synced up perfectly because they have very expensive high-end equipment to do that. So that's how they handle it professionally. Another way to handle it is you take the audio output and you put it into the video, such as your camera or whatever, and then it's synced up because the camera handles that syncing. Well, as you can see we need a name for this monolith, for the Tower of Power over there. Maybe that's what we call it. But the audio is all handled there, and it comes out and goes to the other side of the room into the Mac Pro over SPDIF.
SPDIF.
Yeah, so that's fine. That's the way that works, and that's all. We've always done it that way. Well, trying to sync up that audio, which is a little bit faster than the video, Wirecast has a feature in there that's supposed to do that, but it doesn't work. And I emailed them and showed them how to determine that it doesn't work, and it doesn't work. And they've admitted that it doesn't work, but they haven't given me any ETA on the new. So all we know is it doesn't work. So here's what I'm doing. I have to slow the audio down and sync it perfectly with the video, and I have to do this manually. Yes, I could do this in post with something like Final Cut Pro. But that takes a long time to do that. It'd be much better to, and you guys would see it live and it'd be a little off live. I could buy a hardware solution for this, and I think I'm going to because of this problem. But what I've been doing is I've been using Audio Hijack, and I've been putting a delay on the audio in Audio Hijack, and then sending it to a virtual source, which is Soundflower, and then recording and hooking up with Soundflower in Wirecast, and also recording it that way. Well, Soundflower has lots of little clicks and pops. And remember when you heard static last week? That was Soundflower. Now, Soundflower is a great thing it's a freebie app made by Rogue Amoeba. They don't support it. It's open source. So what do you expect? It's like, it's not there. Now, other people have told me about Sound Siphon. That is good. I believe it's limited, though, because it's just capturing, instead of capturing like an audio source, like an input, it captures from an application and anyways, it's not what we want, I don't think. I think I'm just going to have to break down by a hardware solution. I don't think there's anything else I can do.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll look at that tonight, buy it tonight. I don't care. What are you going to do? But anyway, that's behind the scenes, right? This is all behind the scenes.
I'm
going to leave this in. I'll leave this in the audio.
Leave it
I don't
all
care.
in.
Show can be about whatever I want it to be about. Do you hate shopping, Hattie, as much as I do?
Sometimes, yeah.
I don't like to shop. I don't think most men like to shop. And that's what 5-4 Club is about. 5-4 Club, it's a Get 5-4, and it's spelled out FIVEFOUR, get54.com. They will send you $120 worth of clothes every month, but for only $60. You go in there, you fill out your little profile where you tell them, I like this shirt better than this kind of shirt. They show you some shirts, you pick the one you like. They show you some jeans, you pick the one you like. They show you some jackets, you pick the one you like. And they use that to create this profile for you. And each month they're going to get clothing that matches the profile. 9 steps, 60 seconds, and never worry about shopping again. And the clothes they send you are great. They're all their own custom stuff. You can't buy them any other place. Very exclusive. $60 a month, $120 worth of clothing. And if it's the wrong size, send it back. And they send you the right size. It couldn't be easier. And if you use the code DAN20OFF, you will get $20 off your first purchase, your first box. And who was it that was just telling us, Hattie, that they were excited about doing it? They were going to do it.
Mark got his in.
Mark is the well, we'll tell you about Mark because
Oh, we have to do a little shout out.
Well, not yet.
Not yet? Is the job not complete?
The job is not done. You do not get a shout out until the job is done, Mark. And the job ain't done. Get 5-4, but he's like, I heard about 5-4 from your show.
And he ordered it.
I'm doing an order. Get54.com. Code is Dan20OFF. Don't use Dan sent me because that won't work.
Right, that doesn't.
Dan20OFF. And you'll save $20 off your first thing. Gubernatorial. So anyway, the Mutual Mobile folks have done that. And the last thing I want to talk about today is one of my favorite artists out there is the artist formerly known as Jay-Z.
I was listening to some Jay-Z this morning.
And you see how that window is squished now?
Oh, yeah.
See how that's squished?
Kind of letterbox.
After every time I restart Wirecast, I got to go in and change that. I don't know why. Jay-Z. Get it off. Look at all these extra. Oh, I can talk about that in a minute. Look at all these tabs that we've already covered. Jay-Z is he was trying to buy almost like a hostile acquisition to get this Swedish music streaming company. He offered First of all, the idea that he's got $54 million from rap and from his background coming up with his life and the challenges that he's had, and now he's in a position that he can buy a $54 million music streaming company. It is such a great story.
And he still has money left over.
Oh, yeah. It's such an inspiring story, though. If you
love that.
If you want to hear about Jay as somebody, an inspiring story of somebody who overcame tremendous challenges in their life and were on the wrong path and turned it around and used their talents to do something great. That's a cool story. And he's anything but a saint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anything but a saint. But he turned his life around. And now he's got $54 million as like pocket
to
change for him.
spend on a company.
On a Swedish music streaming company. Over 90% of the shareholders accepted his $54 million offer. And he's 45 years old. A mere 3 years older than me. He looks young. He looks good.
He does.
I mean, I look better, but whatever.
I mean, I guess being married to Beyonce will do that to you.
Keep you young.
Keep you young.
But in late January, Panther Bidco announced an offer for Aspiro, which runs music streaming services Wimp and Tidal. And but the offer was declared unconditional on Friday from Jay-Z. It's being delisted from NASDAQ. They boasted a net loss of $5 million for the last 3 months of 2014 and admitted it could run out of money at some point this year. They had 500,000 paying users for its streaming services at the end of 2014. including $35,000 for its lossless hi-fi quality music service. But Tidal, it's a big deal. But anyway, Spiro acquisition puts Jay-Z into direct competition with Beats, with Dre Beats.
They're heavy.
Oh my gosh, are they the headphones?
Wow.
You're wearing, what are you wearing right now? You're wearing the
are,
Sony MDR 7506 standard.
They're quite light.
Industry standard, studio broadcast headphones.
They feel great. I don't even feel them on my head. You don't even feel them on. Yep.
I don't know about wearing these out to look cool, but the Dre, can you model those a little bit?
These?
Yeah, just turn, yeah. Look at that. Comfortable looking, they're good headphones. They're comfortable. The AKGs, I started with the AKGs. Those are not comfortable on me, and they make you look like you're an alien with the giant antenna and everything coming out. These are much better looking.
Like the old-fashioned ones with the...
Yeah, yep. But these are very comfortable. But we went and we put on the Dre Beats when we were in the Apple store.
My head nearly hit the table.
They were very heavy.
I put them on, I was like...
Yeah, very heavy. And they didn't sound that great.
No.
Anyway.
And the little ones, what is it? Not over-ear, but on-ear headphones.
Yeah.
They were so hard, and they pressed on my little ears. I don't like that.
Yeah. Anyway, congratulations. Now I want to get a streaming whatever. He has he is one of the world's best selling music artists of all time, and he already has a 40/40 Club, ESPN on the screen, and Rocawear clothing. I don't own any Rocawear clothing.
I'm trying to remember the logo for that. ROCA?
ROCAWEAR. Rocawear. If you can find something cool.
That's a pretty cool logo.
Is it? Should I load it up?
Yeah. It's an R and W sideways, and it looks almost like a calligraphy kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
I mean, do you think I could wear any of this stuff, or is this too not me?
We'll see.
Like you're gonna get me something for Christmas, maybe?
No, I just think I don't know. I would have to let me look at this. I think you can pull.
Am
some
I
of
at the
this
right
off.
site? Is this the right site?
Yeah.
I could pull all this off. What are you talking about? This is my wheelhouse right here. Texture Stripe Crew. See?
There you go. Get it. Spring is in. Shop the collection.
Anyway. Yeah, look, this is a good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have any ripped jeans. I don't have any. Should I look under denim? Is that what you're saying? Look at these. I could rock any of this stuff right now.
Suspenders?
I could put on some suspenders. I could wear the construction worker boots.
I forget what those are called.
I think it was just called construct. Yeah, look, I could do this with the suspenders with the big, the yellow sort of belt loop thing coming down. Why not?
Yep.
You know, I need an update. I'll pull this off. I'll try it.
I like that one.
Streets is watching.
Yeah.
The Streets
and
is
they've
watching.
crossed out all the logos for like Twitter and Facebook and everything. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, congratulations to Jay-Z on his purchase. Gubernatorial. And that's it. That's all we got. But we'll be back tomorrow. And I feel like tomorrow we're going to be, this is my third show today.
You've done
it's like
many
the old,
shows.
It's like the old days when I used to do 3 a day and I would just run around here crazy. And you would just kind of try to calm me down the whole day.
I'd see you for like 10 minutes total throughout the whole day. You were just in and out of the recording room the whole time.
Yeah.
I was just sad.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's it. That's all we got for you today. And I hope that's all right with you. Are you okay?
Yeah.
There is a
dust.
cough button. You just hit.
I know. I
Hit down
couldn't
there
make
with
it there in
with
time.
your foot. I'll leave it in. Not what you're thinking. See, now she's using it. All right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hit me up on Twitter. I'm at Dan Benjamin on Twitter. I would love to hear from you. Rate the show. Rate the show on iTunes if you think it's a good show. That really, 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 really helps us out. You rating the show. I read all of those reviews, and we care a lot about what you say and what you think, and it's a great place to let us know. It's a great way to help new listeners find the show. So I really appreciate all of that feedback. Keep it coming. And thanks very much for listening or watching. Sorry about the technical issues, but, we'll do what we can do. And that's it. That's all we got. Have a good day, and we will be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, 3 p.m. Central Time. See you then. I'm done recording the audio. We're still streaming it.
Cool.
That's irritating, man.
Yeah.
That's irritating as hell.
I just want it
Can
to
I say
work.
that on the video?
Hell?
You said it.
You said it too.
I'm not going to, I'm going to have to edit this thing at home.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's late.
It is late, isn't it? What episode was this? 9?
I think so.
9 times.
I don't know what's in my throat. I can't.
Did you drink any of the water?
I drank all the water.
Anyway. Oh, there's pasta and meat sauce for dinner tonight, so I got to get home for that. Yeah, I don't know. And the video is, I better stop so I can copy that video over to this computer. But, oof, I may have to remote control to this machine. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. And we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with fewer glitches. So we'll see you then. Bye.